So guys, my property stands on a 1-acre plot of land. It stretches to this other side, and on that end over there, that's where I have the garden. So the first thing I did after buying the property was to fence it, and I used cedar poles. It's been about 6 years since I fenced, and they are still standing strong. So if you're fencing, consider using cedar poles. I did use barbed wire as well as chain link. So the other day I was talking about not having privacy. I have a fence, but I don't have privacy. This is my neighborhood, and anyone walking around the village will be able to see me in my compound. So I'm still trying to figure out how to have a fence, or rather how to have some privacy. Of course, a fence is not complete without a gate. If we still have an opening here, then we would be not having a fence. So after putting up a fence, then I did the gates. I have 2 gates. This is the drive-in gate, and this is the gate where you walk into the compound. Unfortunately, my gate is rusty, but I plan to have it painted to keep it looking good. After fencing, I started planting trees. I planted lots of trees here initially. Unfortunately, there was a fire that consumed most of my trees that I had planted initially. So the surviving tree is this one here. It is the bishop tree, and it is a shade tree. You can see how much shade I have under it. It is one place I can sit and rest on a sunny afternoon. So I didn't give up after the fire. I continued planting trees, and these are some of the palms I planted after the fire. They are quite huge now. Let me show you these other ones. I have them in a line along the fence. I have a vision of what I plan to have when they are fully grown here, lined up along the fence. So these are the royal palms. They look very cute when they are fully grown. I can't wait for that time. But this is the biggest of them all. It currently has very thick stem. You can see how thick the stem is, and the stem the branches normally fall off one by one. You can see the one that is already turning yellow. It will fall off, and then we will have rings around the trunk. I realized that palms do very well in swampy land, so I did plant a variety of palms. I also have the traveler's palm. You can see how beautiful and majestic it stands there. It's already going past the terrace walls, and that's really going to be beautiful. This here is another palm. Let me get the name, but this is a different palm from the others. That's what the stem looks like. And this too is another palm. It is reddish on the back and green on the inside. It's quite beautiful. I never stopped planting trees. I've always planted trees and flowers. The other day my auntie was asking where we will walk, because I'm planting too many trees, but definitely there's space. You can see there's still a lot of space here. This is where I intend to have a basketball pitch just a small one for exercise, of course, but it's quite a huge space. So after putting up a fence, planting trees, and installing the gate, I felt my property was a bit secure, so I began doing the construction of my villa. So this is my 5-bedroom villa. It stands right at the center of the home. It has a really beautiful plan. I can't wait to finish it. This side you see here is a terrace that will remain open, and we can hang out there. I have another lounge up here. This part you see, that is a place we can also chill out. It's not it has a roof, so it's not open space like the terrace, but when this house is finished, guys, it's gonna look really beautiful. So I need your prayers. If prayers work, I know I will get the funds to finish. In the process of building the villa, there was a power line, this one. It passed right over my house to the neighbor's compound, so I had to change its direction. So I added that pole you see over there, and that's how I ended up getting power in my house. I called the power guys. They came to redirect the poles, and that's how I ended up getting power. One morning I had nothing much to do. The construction had stalled. There was nothing much to do, but I had some leftover material. So I decided to build this little, should I call it an island? They're just 2 walls, the lower one and the upper one. And I decided to plant a flower in it. Originally it had the Ethiopian false banana, but at some point it matured and it didn't look nice. So I planted something new in it. We call this one nyabende, but it is an ornamental kind of nyabende. But I like how it looks right here in front of my house. I plan to have a water feature here, and then I'll have the flowers on the lower part, but that's a future plan. For now, it will stay like this, and I just love how the flowers are looking on it. I planted something different at the corners, and I hope it's going to look really nice. During the time I was building, it was raining a lot, and I just needed a place to collect that water to help with the building. So I dug this well here. It wasn't so deep because we had a lot of water, this being a swamp. For now, I don't think I need it. Someone suggested I turn it into a fish pond, but I don't intend to have a fish pond right in my front yard. I'd rather have it somewhere in the backyard or at the end of my garden. This part I'm walking to is the tail of the L shape that I have on my property, and this is the place where I have left for the garden. It's about 1/8 of an acre, and I think it's just enough to feed me and my 2 kids. So for this one, you can see the heaps of soil around it that were left after digging. So we will just have to put it back, cover it, because I want to build we call them servants' quarters here, but I'm told, someone corrected me, I shouldn't use the term servant, but I intend to build a house here for my farmhand, so that has to go. I recently did the biodigester. I did a biotank. So this is my backyard. This is what my backyard looks like, and this is what is left after that. So those are the manholes lined up. I have this tree here I was pruning yesterday, and I planted some flowers under it, the mums. I'm still trying to figure out if I want grass here or if I am going to do cabro. I'm a bit undecided on that, but I love a beautiful backyard. I planted some fruit trees here. The pawpaws, I think, yeah, you can see them. So I dream of a backyard with a bench and some fruits. I don't know, I'm still yet to decide what I'm going to do with that bit. Along my fences, I also planted the whistling pines. They are very good in absorbing water now that there's so much water here. And fortunately, my neighbor had planted lots of them. That is the boundary between me and my neighbor. And I'm so lucky. His trees give me lots of shade under there. That's where I love to rest. So I've just been fixing little things here and there. I just do what I can do when I can do it. And sometime last year, I put up that the driveway you see. I built those two, what do we call them? Planters. And I planted laurels in them. I don't know if they will stay. Maybe I will change my mind later. There are no mistakes in gardening. Just experiments. So I'm experimenting with the laurel. If it doesn't impress me much, I will get some flowers or something different for the driveway. I really love how my lawn looks from the terrace. It's quite beautiful. The shade down there, it's just an amazing view. This view here can cure so many diseases. So harvesting rainwater has been my latest project. I bought a 5,000 liter tank, which I use to harvest water. So the water that comes from the gutter beam follows that pipe into the tank. And that means the tank is full. Currently we are having a lot of rain and the tank is now full. I also managed to put a tap, so I'm quite excited about the water. Of course, water is so essential in our lives, so having water flowing in my taps is just amazing. So that pipe you see there is the outlet. So when I have excess water or when we have excess rain, then the rest of the water flows into the trench that we've dug along the fence. I am a collector of flowers, and I built this flower island here to plant all the flowers that I get or I come across. So I told you yesterday it needed some work. I did clear it, so we will have fresh flowers growing. It was so overcrowded, so I created space so that every plant gets space to grow. I also trimmed my ornamental grass. It's normally really beautiful, but when you trim it like this, then it starts life afresh and comes out looking very beautiful. I also have the snake plant here. The fan, it's just a variety of flowers in one place. And when bushy, it looks very beautiful, but I needed to add some flowers. The hydrangeas is behaving very well. This is the purple one. And there's just lots and lots of flowers here. So back in my garden, I have all sorts of crops. These are pumpkins. I've got plenty of banana trees here and banana fruits. I'm just waiting for them to mature. I think it's only last week that we did not harvest bananas, but I have bananas all the way to the other side. The reason the leaves are drying up sort of, is because there's a lot of rain, but once the rain subside, things are gonna be fine. I recently planted arrowroots, taro, and you can see the leaves are already coming out. If you watched the video where I was planting, you can see what I'm talking about. I also have sugarcane right here. They're almost ready. Like this one is quite big. This one here. So I love food. I like a home where there's lots of food. So those are the major projects I've done, but there's just so much I still intend to do. I'm doing one thing at a time. Whatever I can do, if I have the funds to do it, I just get it over with. I'm just checking boxes for different things, and I know in due time we're gonna have a beautiful home. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your company and support. It's bye for now. I'll see you in the next